We're live.
All right, we are live. If you are here, please comment so we can who is here. It might take a few moments for people to get on.
Welcome, welcome.
It might take a moment, but should have posted in a few. And then we're waiting for this to go live here. Come on. Let me see if it's going. If you're here, please comment. I'm just checking to make sure we are live everywhere we need to be.
We got one viewer, David. Is that us?
Person. I don't think that's me.
Oh, no. Oh, they left. We scared them away.
Okay. It might not be live in the group yet. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we are live in the group. I do have people there already commented. I don't know why it's not popping up here. Okay, so Ron is here and Roy is here.
Ron and Roy, let's
Hey,
go.
Ron and Roy, how's it going? I don't know why they're not showing up on here, but it looks like we are live in the group. Hello, Heather. How are you doing?
Hi.
Joseph is here. I don't know if it's pulling up on here, but that's okay. I see comments down here too. Sweet, we are live here now. Perfect. All right. Heather is here. We've got a few people here. We got 5 online. Sweet. So we are going to get going into this. So this is Liv here. Liv does all of our content. She's the reason our content is good. If it was me, well, you saw what it used to be like when it was me. So Liv is kind of our guru when it comes to content. So we're going to ask her some questions regarding that. If you're here, please comment in the comments below so we can see who's here. And then if you have any questions on content, please ask them there. We are going to grill Liv with questions and see if she knows her stuff. But that I'm going to do giveaways for the scrap boxes. We're going to pick 2 winners for that based on the people that entered. So right here, I am going to pick our first winner here of the scrap box. Who wins? If you're here, please comment below so we can keep track. Oh, hey, Oli, how are you doing?
I don't know.
Lauren Mills is our first winner. So congrats, Lauren. You are going to get a scrap box of all our goodies that we film and content. So Lauren will be our first winner. And we are going to pick our second winner here. And hopefully it is not Blake because he is in this list. He will,
oh my gosh.
We will eliminate him
That'd
from
be
this.
terrible.
All right, so we're going to pick our second winner here. And then we will get into all of your questions for content. Amy Kusina, our second winner. So congrats to Amy.
Good job, Amy.
Those are our 2 winners. All right, now we can get into the bulk of things. So Liv, I guess tell me how you got into content, how you got into what you're doing, and then what you're doing now.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was around 20 years old, I went to film college and I got my first job when I was around 21, about like 4 years ago. Did some long form content and then quickly switched out of that into short form content with a company called Right to Rope. It's a rope company. And that's kind of how I got my start. We were at 1,000 subscribers. And then within under 2 years of being there, I was able to get them to over 100,000. They actually gave me the YouTube plaque, which was really cool. So I get to hang that up in my room or my office. And yeah, so basically there was where I was able to figure out what content actually works because I had never worked really professionally in short form until then. And over a course of like a year and a half of trial and error of short form content with my boss and I, we were able to kind of get it down to a science. And we went viral and almost every video that we posted. It was really a cool time, especially when YouTube Shorts got bigger. So it's been cool to see all the short form content go up on all these different platforms since then. And then I was able to work for an agency. And then shortly after that, I was able to go out on my own and be able to work for clients like David and then a bunch of other different companies.
And
so.
a little bit with Blake too, but you know,
Yeah.
he's a little so-so.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, vote Team David if you have a chance.
Yes.
DavidVersusBlake.com. I always got to plug that. Vote Team David. I think Liv would agree.
Yes.
She kind of has to because she's here on camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the agreement. But yeah, if you have a chance, look up Right Rope. It's really cool. The content that Liv has done there.
It's less professional then. It's definitely more.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Yeah.
got them to 100,000 followers
Yeah.
on YouTube, which is pretty crazy, to be honest.
It's a fun time.
So what do you, I guess, look for when you are, well, I guess let's backtrack a little bit. So there are a lot of platforms. You know, a lot of people here probably, you know, are more one platform centric. Do you recommend focusing on one platform at a time and trying to do one platform, or trying to post to all at the same time? What, like, for someone just starting out, what would you recommend the strategy be? Or like, do you post to where you're most comfortable, or?
It really depends on how much time you have. If you know, really love Instagram and you have a community on there and you want to just keep posting on there, that's fine. But the thing is, with all these social media platforms that we have, SEO is within all of them. And so that can actually, depending on what you post in your caption about your business and location and all these different, you know, keywords, that can help drive traffic to your website. So the main issue people have is time, of how much time it takes to post on each platform, which it is pretty time consuming if you do it manually for each platform. But there's things, you know, posting platforms like Metricool.com, and I've heard of a few others, but personally I use Metricool.com. It's free to most platforms except for LinkedIn and Twitter, but most people don't even use that unless you're like a B2B business. But I would personally recommend to post on as many platforms as you can. And then maybe have like one or two that you really engage on frequently, but to kind of get that content out there is not going to hurt you. It's going to actually boost your website and your ability to actually go viral, because it's kind of like gambling. Every single time you post a video, you're kind of gambling. And so if you know, buy more lottery tickets, you're going to have more of a chance to have success.
So you heard it here, guys. You got to go buy some lottery tickets. No, Liv has been doing our content since maybe March last year, man, maybe April.
Yep.
So, but Metricool is what she's used, and she showed me. Well, the first time I worked with Liv, I like paid her to show me how to do social media, and then that basically told me like, okay, I'm not doing this. Liv is gonna do this, but she showed me Metricool and how you can kind of tweak the I want to say listings, but tweak the content for each platform, and it is a really cool tool.
It still takes about maybe 5 to 10 minutes to post across all platforms, but then you think of it, it probably takes about 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes each platform to post individually, and so you're saving so much time if you do that. And not waste any money. So
and it's been a good way to. I mean, Facebook like is our main platform. We do way better on Facebook, but that's kind of the ecosystem we live in. But the other platforms gradually have been growing, and it's been nice just to have it go out everywhere. We've gotten quite a few comments since then. Our comments are kind of split up in 2 different locations, but you can see some here and some in our group. Maria's here. Hey, Maria. Greg is here. Hey, Roy. I'm learning YouTube, but Instagram is like a foreign language to me. What are the best platforms? All of them or some of them? That's a good
man, I don't know if there's like a best platform. I feel like that's really subjective, but I mean, my favorites are Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. YouTube used to be my favorite, but I think the shorts just kind of, I don't know what their algorithm is. I feel like it's gone downhill. But I feel like your content doesn't get pushed out as much. There's just so many people posting now, and there's not enough views to go around. So yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily a best platform, but I would say post on as much as you can, and you'll kind of see like the engagement that will happen on each platform. So let's say you are getting a bunch of engagement on Facebook and you naturally are responding to that and growing through that. I would spend as much time on the platforms that are doing well with the views. So I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, like where you're getting the attention, you should probably focus. I mean, that's why we focus more on Facebook, is because it's where people live in our, at least where we found the best way to go forward. Looks like Blake is here. Finally live on camera.
I hate being on camera, so
which is odd for someone so much in social media.
I like to have the camera shooting at somebody else and not me. So
speaking of cameras, someone did ask beforehand, like best camera or best, I guess, they said they have I don't know this camera, but DJI Pocket and Nazbot or an iPhone Pro.
Yeah.
I know we shoot some with I don't know what it's called. It's some nice camera, and then we do some with the iPhone. Because some platforms like certain, what do you call that? Aspect ratios. Yeah. So I guess walk us through that. Like, what do you need to do content? Do you even need much, or can I just do it all on my iPhone if I'm doing it myself?
Honestly, iPhone content is not bad at all. Like it's more relatable than it is like my $5,000 camera that I use for David. Like I wouldn't recommend a business owner to go out and buy that. I personally do content for businesses, so it makes sense for me to spend that much money. But the most powerful camera is the one that you take with you and is always with you on hand. And so a camera that is your phone is probably going to be the best for you. And especially with like that being so relatable, people actually watch iPhone footage videos more regularly. Actually, worse quality videos sometimes can go more viral or more, engagement than a more professional looking, ad looking kind of video. So I have heard of the DJI Pocket, but yeah, I mean, if you're carrying that around with you always and it's easy for you to use and download the footage, then absolutely use that. But I would just recommend a phone. And if you're having issues with storage, like she was mentioning, I personally have a work phone. I got it for like $250 on Amazon. It's like a refurbished, unlocked phone. And if you're able to, take that with you as your work phone and have that be your footage, or keeping your footage on that, I would recommend that as well. So,
yeah, no, that's good. iPhone content. I mean, even in our Facebook group, I've been forcing myself to do more. Honestly, a lot of them look pretty bad. It's not like our Facebook. That was a little too quick to agree there, Liv. You're like, yeah, okay. But just getting content out there and like just our Facebook group, I've been trying to just get in front of the camera and, do a video. Hi, Liv. Or not Liv. Hi, Heidi. How are you doing? Jim is here too.
David and Liz. I get that so much.
But honestly, like something is usually better than nothing, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like if you're, and usually starting is better than not even starting, because you should be getting better as you're going and like looking at things and learning what people are doing. I hear David's blooper reels get a lot of engagement. I don't know if we need to do another one of those, Liv.
Who would say it? John said the same. We use Metricool too. Yeah, if you haven't already heard, Metricool is like the best for posting your posts to all your platforms so easily, and it's free besides LinkedIn and Twitter. So highly recommend.
Yeah. So, and we don't really post to Twitter or X because I just feel like it's not great for our type of.
I think it was actually it was more expensive for me. So it's like, David, do you want this or?
I just don't feel like our community is on that platform, but maybe there's some little one on there. So here's a question for. What did you have another one?
Also, too, if you have questions while we're on the live, feel free to ask them, and I'd love to answer. But.
Yeah, and make sure they're hard. I want Liv to get as hard of questions as possible. John said grab a second phone off Marketplace just for content.
Yes, exactly. Another thing too, just for credibility, I have gotten businesses almost, I think it's at 200 million views across the board so far. So just want to let you know about that.
She does know. I mean, I think our Facebook has, we just hit 1 million views in the past
28 days.
Yeah, 28 days. So she knows what she's doing. Because before that,
we guys have any questions? Sorry.
We got like at least 10 views before her a month. So
yeah. It's something.
So North Country Rustics has a question. For a one-person business with no help, what's your best advice for managing social media constantly?
I mean, I would just film like what you're doing. Man, I don't even know. Cause you can't have anyone filming you. So I would definitely carry that phone with you and just capture content. If there's something that looks interesting or might be relatable to people online, I would just try to get content as you're working, even if it's time-lapse videos of you doing something or packaging orders, especially for videos. If you are going to post something, here's just like a few things to think about is this providing value for somebody? Does this hook the audience? And if it doesn't, like right away, you're likely going to lose a lot of viewers. So I would capture content, but thoughtfully, especially when you're going into the editing area. You can edit on Instagram if you wanted. There's CapCut. I mean, there's just so many different places that you can edit on your phone and not make it complicated. And if you need somebody like bounce ideas off of for like let's say on video text hook, you're probably familiar with those. Like POV works really well. It can be really relatable to other business owners. But a lot of times people like just talking head content. You just maybe sharing about your day. If you do that, make sure you start at least your first sentence with a hook of your conversation. That could just be like, I can't believe this happened to me today, or this was crazy that, just happened to me. Like something that starts off the video. You don't have to say what your name is. Like, hi, my name is this, is going to lose a lot of people. So we'll kind of get into more of like strategic of how to make a video, but that would be what I would start off with.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like on I think pretty much all the platforms you can look in your analytics and there's like a 3-second view duration, and that's a metric like that you really either you see drop off or people follow through. That's basically your hook at the beginning. A lot of whether people are watching through your video depends on if you hook them in the beginning. So that is very important. Randy asked, with Facebook and Instagram, what is the sweet spot for video lengths?
So Instagram, I've noticed longer videos do really well, like 40, 45 seconds, but usually the view duration has to be at least half of that video. So a lot of the times it's educational pieces, or just kind of like almost long form, short form videos. I don't know if that makes any sense. But those seem to work really well. A lot of times, like the talking head videos that either have like a story that people are sharing. But in terms of length, like things can work across the board. It really just depends on if are people watching this video all the way through? Are they entertained? Are they really bored and dropping off? Are a lot of people sharing the video? Because sometimes like there'll be a video that maybe doesn't get like the most crazy view duration or likes. Maybe there's not a lot of likes, but there's like hundreds of shares. That video is going to probably do really well. So at the end of the day, if a video is really good, it's going to do well on any platform. You don't need to necessarily have a specific time to focus on. But I have noticed that longer videos at like 40 seconds can sometimes do better. But yeah.
I think it's important you want to keep people engaged because I mean, I think the average attention span over the years is just shrinking. Mm-hmm. So like you gotta keep it interesting and make sure the value is there throughout. So
one of my biggest things that I have noticed being valuable for social media is when you do make a video, a lot of the times you're going to want to post it right away. At least I do. I have this like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get it out there. But you got to like pause and actually send it to like 2 to 3 people that have at least some familiarity of view duration, or maybe have like a lower attention span. Like I show my husband.
Is that why you send me some of the videos?
Yeah, like my husband is so amazing with this because he's just really high energy. So he will tell me exactly when he gets bored in a video, and he's like, "You lose me at this second." And so then I will go back into the editing area and I will change that part of the video because you'd rather get feedback pre-posting than silent feedback after you post and nobody's watching it, nobody cares. So that would be one of my bigger pieces of advice for social media. But
okay, that's good. All right, we got a few comments here. Are you for hire for another company?
Oh, y'all. Oh, sorry.
I'm reading over here. Well, you probably have to be local to West Michigan. I don't think Liv is going to travel much farther than an hour away of West Michigan.
Sorry.
Unless you want to.
No.
But
I am at my cap of monthly people. I really appreciate it, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Blake off the list so I can have more content for us. John said first-person content like Meta Glasses works great for solo content.
I have some of those. for my roofing company that I use, I wish they had glasses of their own, but I just have to like, you know, give them the glasses, keep handing them back to get the full process. But yeah, that's such a great point. Meta glasses are great. They are like $450 to like $650 just for, and I don't know, the POV isn't the best. Like it's kind of annoying to edit with. If you have used them, you probably understand. Hopefully they'll get better in the future, but
All right, Blake, we can ignore his comment. He said, start them all up with what's up, Great Lakes Laser Supply. That is actually,
patent and free.
that is a terrible intro for if you want to get anybody new in, don't start with that. That's a terrible way to start a conversation.
The worst way you can start our videos is, hi, my name is blank with this company. Everyone's going to swipe. I'm so sorry, but that is what it is.
All right. So Roy from Industrial Fringe saying, y'all were breaking up and you may have touched on it, but what editing software do you recommend?
Okay, if you're trying to get really into it, I use Premiere Pro, but for somebody that uses an iPhone only, I would use CapCut, or Instagram has a new app called Edits. I have not personally used it, but I have used the integrated Instagram editing software, and that's fine. But just make sure you save the video before you post it, because
Sorry, I was laughing at Jim's comment. He said Great Lakes Loser Supply.
Amen. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Blake. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Blake does need some votes. He's really fallen behind in David versus Blake.
Don't give him charity votes. Come on.
I feel really bad. So I am hosting it on my website. So
you did that last year, though.
No, it was on a separate website.
Oh, really?
So when people go to my website, they see it on the front page, and they're more likely to vote for me because they're a customer. Okay. So, which, you know, I don't mind another ad for free, but Blake could use some sympathy votes. So Richard said, see, I have a love-hate relationship with the CapCut temps.
Oh, don't use the templates. Find something original. I don't know. Like, I would use people's videos as inspiration of like, okay, I really like this video. How can I use this for my niche? Maybe it's a different niche. And you're able to kind of make it somewhat original. I would try doing that rather than using a template.
That's great. Do you suggest re-editing a video that got crickets and reposting?
I've done this before. I don't know if a lot of you would have access to trial reels on Instagram, but that really does help, especially if you're like being really intentional about a video where you don't want to just post it and see what happens. You could post like 3 different versions of a video, but I have seen it before. Like when you go and you post a video and maybe it flops, and you can go into the analytics of the video and you see exactly where people fell off and got bored. You can sometimes go back and kind of edit that. And especially getting feedback again from other people, where were you bored? You know, how can I fix this and make it more entertaining throughout the entire video? Then I would try posting again. Maybe like a month later, maybe wait it out a little bit. But even for us, like the content we're making now, we're able to kind of make 2 different pieces of content. We have one long video, and then I'm able to kind of take the ending product of this video and make a maybe 5-second reel, and those seem to do really well. So that's just another idea of trying to get the most out of your videos. Yeah,
repurposing is, I think, something we're trying to do more of. And what we're going to try to do more, I think, moving forward is maybe filming 3 hooks or something like that for a video. I mean, we're doing, like, we've been doing content for a year now, and we've been like gradually doing more, but like just trying like, okay, which hooks may work, scheduling them at different times using the main bulk content piece. But sometimes it's that hook is what, could be the difference. Like you could have a good, value in the main body of the content, but the hook is what, is not getting someone in.
And usually too, like, this is probably one of the other bigger pieces that caused my original start company, or where I got my start, to go viral, was we did a bunch of reels over the course of probably 2 or 3 months. And we went back and we looked through all those reels, and we saw this one video got like 60,000 views and did really well on different platforms. And so at that point, we sat down, we dissected what in this video did well, or why did people watch this video? And after asking people as well, we were able to kind of learn a kind of formula of videos that worked for us. And it wasn't like, you don't have to create a brand new idea every time. For example, like David's free files, or like even just links to cool files. Like that's a kind of whole video category that we're working in, because we saw that these work really, really well, and you can replicate them very easily by just looking up a cool file and doing that and showing people. And they're pretty much the same, like almost the same type of format. And you'll see that with people that go super viral, let's say like baking channels, you'll see a consistent recipe of their video. As well as like, what they're making, but like there's genuine, like you're going to find out a recipe that works for you and your niche, and you can really just compound on top of that. So that was just one other piece of advice I wanted to offer.
Yeah, I was just saying, the way that we've started to look at it is like, what are our pillars of content that like do well? And, you know, I think our three main ones are education, entertainment, and like the free files. I think we're going to try some other pieces, but those tend to be the ones that work well for us.
Yeah.
And you get different types of people to, you know, interact with them, but those tend to be like the pillars for our company. Now it's going to probably depend for yours, depending on who you're trying to reach. But like trying to define, once you get some content out there, what does well, what doesn't, you can kind of start to define those pillars. Richard asked, any good AI editors worth using? Very time constrained, but want the short form content. Honestly,
I have not wanted to even like, I like turn my head away from AI editing just because it's like, that's like my job. So I have not looked into that. I love editing, and I love how you can customize each video and completely make it your own. And I don't know, I've messed around with AI with just like caption writing or like sometimes script help. But with editing personally, I have not dipped into that. But
yeah, I guess, we don't really do much with AI for actual videos. Honestly, I guess editing is different than like AI content. Like my opinion moving forward is I think that like AI generated stuff. I know you were talking about editing, but AI, but I think AI generated stuff is not going to do as well moving forward, unless it gets really
it gets
really
so much hate. It's hilarious. Not
but like
hilarious,
people can tell like what's AI generated, and my I don't know, prediction for at least the next couple of years is like really good, authentically made content will do well in the coming years. And there might be a point where, you know, there is, you know, really good AI to where like someone could replicate me or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of scary, but at least for the time being.
And it might be my generation, but anytime I see an ad or a video that's AI trying to, you know, help a company with advertising, I immediately swipe away. Like I do not want anything to do with it. Like it does not build trust, like by any means. So
I would agree.
Yeah.
So we got a few comments I'm gonna go through real quick. Jeremy's here. Hi, Jeremy. Brian's here. Hey, Brian. Just want to get a few people that joined on. Okay. John asked, how do you feel about running ads versus posting more consistently?
I would do both.
Yeah. I would say, I think the way that I'm starting to look at this is what's done well organically is what I'm going to advertise, as long as it's something that's advertisable. Yeah. I mean, there's some things that, you know, when we did a Lightburn educational post, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, roughly, and I think we're at like 130 or so, 130,000 views on it. But I'm not going to advertise that one. Like it just doesn't really make sense. But there's some other educational ones that are using our materials where it kind of makes sense to post them. But you kind of want to see what does well first organically, and that's kind of your cheat sheet, you know, semi-free before you put ad dollars behind it to see what's working. So that's kind of my opinion, is see what does well organically, iterate on that, and then you can start to push those out as ads.
And I've personally seen, so the agency that I was previously at, we only ever did organic content and no ads. And it was constant like letdowns for the business owner, because business owners, they have to, I mean, you would probably agree, like when you're spending money, you want to see money in return. Yeah. And so with David, it has felt like since day one, you've been happy because like you're spending money on these ads and you're seeing the return. And then we're also getting this organic boost, and it's, you know, helping everything. It's helping the website. It's helping just grow exponentially. And so I think, you're going to be dissatisfied if you only do organic unless you go super viral. But I've also seen it where business owners go extremely viral and it doesn't have a link attached to it for a product, let's say, and they just get maybe a bunch of followers, but there's nothing that is on paper like, you know, this video made this much money. And so it's just really hard for business owners' minds to justify spending money on social media.
Well, so there's more to it than just that, like, because you want to have the good content, but then you got to think through your funnel. Like, how are people gonna, you know, they might think you're fun to watch and entertaining, and maybe even educationally they want your product, but if you don't have that funnel getting to your website or, you know, nurturing a lead, you know, that's another piece of the puzzle, to where, okay, how are you gonna get people to actually be a customer?
Yeah.
So there's more to it than just that, but the way I see it is it's you know,
beneficial.
yeah, the whole ecosystem. You know, you want, like, the way I see it with ads is people view my ad, they're going to go to my Facebook page and be like, is this guy legit? They're going to see all this content. They're going to go through like, okay, this guy has been around for a little bit at least, and he's got all this informational stuff. I can go here, I can consume his content. Then they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go see his website. You know, I've got links and stuff all over. We got all sorts of stuff in our content using our product. So
it's credibility.
Yeah. Like people, like if they're running into, they want to know you're legit, and it takes,
especially e-commerce. I feel like there's now, I don't know if there's a lack of trust with e-commerce sometimes, but I feel like whenever I'm on a website, I'm like, I want to make sure that this is legit. And sometimes I'll go to the Instagram and be like, are they actually real people? So it helps to show your face. Like, people want to connect. Like when they go on social media, they want to see faces. We're wanting to connect with people. And so faceless content is not going to do as well at all than with your face. I mean, sometimes your content.
I mean, honestly, faceless content might do better than me.
But that's specific to David. So we want to.
Wow, okay.
I'm totally joking.
Canceling my shoot tomorrow. We got a question from Beth over here. Why is it one platform of video will go viral but not another one?
It's gambling. Sometimes it just does really well. I mean, if you already have a following on one platform, I mean, like each platform has different content that it wants. Like TikTok wants kind of ridiculous content, not super serious. It's going to probably, sometimes it does push out professional ones as well, but more likely it's going to be less serious content. And then Instagram is going to be like highly educational. That usually does really, really well, educational and humor. But it just really depends on what the algorithm wants on that platform. And there's not really a way to know. But yeah, that would be my answer.
I mean, that's part of why we post everything all at once, is because sometimes it is slightly different from platform to platform.
Yeah. Just like buying lottery tickets.
Oh boy. Hannah asked, who is David? I'm not sure.
Who are you, David?
Yeah. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Hannah.
Blake said
I don't know
yes.
if Blake is saying yes too.
I agree with you, Blake.
I don't know if I agree with him, to be honest, because I don't know what he said. North Country Rustics, the AI Crafts and Art Fair market flyers are honestly ridiculous. I doubt that's a high value shit. Yeah. So whenever I see AI generated stuff, sorry, forgive me for dropping
better you than me.
My clipboard. Whenever I see AI generated stuff out there, it just feels so inauthentic, and people are really looking to connect like with a person, or like they get bought into your story, or you know, the things you're doing, or you know, they follow you for a particular reason. It's usually not that you're AI generating stuff.
They follow you for you.
So Richard says, so all those videos that essentially have the unnecessary closed captioning, changing colors and sizes, why are they
so are you talking about like the ones that are like the word like gets bigger and shrinks, and it's like all these different, I feel like the younger generation, those work better, but I feel like I always skip them. I hate them so much. So there's always going to be a viewer for them, but I don't think I don't know why they do well, personally.
Well, I think it depends, I think, on the content of it, but some of it, like I think of Alex Hormozi, he's huge in the industry for like business advice and whatnot, but a lot of his stuff is just talking head content, and like they change like the size of the things to keep you engaged.
It's all about attention span. Like they're just trying to keep you engaged, but it's for me, I don't know if it's like my age, but it bothers me so much. Like I can't focus on the video itself. So,
and I mean, honestly, a lot of people don't like always listen either. They are reading
correct.
And it's visual because you might be on your phone. Like sometimes I'm on my phone and I don't have the audio on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is an interesting piece of content. It's helpful to have the subtitles.
And you'd be surprised at how many people watch social media with no sound.
Yeah.
Like I think it's even more so than not. So that's why captions are so important. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend like having them moving and everything. I think they'll get old really quick. What's another question?
Okay, so Brian said viral isn't always a positive thing if you're not prepared for the influx of business. You lead to unhappy customers. If you don't have infrastructure, you would have to build it up. So once you have equipment, materials, shipping, spices, did you really even make more, or did you just end up doing a bunch of work? I think it honestly depends for people. I mean, for us, it's been like a gradual grow, and I mean, like it's not like we have had anything like be. I mean, we've had some viral stuff.
We had like the one video where it was like the scraps, so like not wanting to throw it, but
It was more relatable.
Yeah, you probably didn't get that many sales from it. Right?
No, we had a ton of followers.
Yeah, and then, that's gonna help.
But it was like our followers of people in our niche, which was good. But I mean, we haven't been, we've gotten a lot of pretty gradual growth. I mean, good gradual growth. Mm-hmm. Definitely a ton over the year that we've been doing content, but it hasn't been for us like an overnight, like, wow, we're going to run out of everything. Now that could be different for like, if you're laser cutting, I've seen people do that. No, it's kind of a matter of, do you want to do that or not? Do you want to have the potential?
I mean, you could be like, hey, orders are now paused until this date. Yeah. Now you're just more wanted. Like, you have a backlog of work and you don't have to stress yourself out. Because like, if you are a business owner, you can decide how much work you want to do. Like, even if it comes to a viral video.
Yeah. Brian's like, I'll take steady over virality. I should clarify, Brian, what we're trying to build is not necessarily like, obviously we want our stuff to go viral because it gets growth, but most of our content has been a gradual thing and has grown. Like we have a lot more views on content now, a lot more people know about us, but most of what we're doing has been gradual. I mean, I would say a very good trajectory I've liked so far, but it hasn't been like, for us, it hasn't been like overnight. But it's in showing people we exist, because there's, I don't know, 300 some million people, 350 million people. Well, not, some of those are kids, I guess, or not all of them are customers, but there's millions of people in the US. Our potential customer demographic is, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's huge. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people who have lasers in the US. So
I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't have that be like a stressor if it hasn't even happened yet. Like I wouldn't stress about that, and when the time comes, you'll know what
if you need to, like, but the way we look at it is we just want people to know we exist out there, and the best way to do that, I think, reasonably, is content. It is work. We have a shoot day at least every other week for the most part, and it's a few hours, and then live.
It's longer than we think.
It never grows as efficient as we like. To me, it's a matter of getting the eyeballs on us consistently, because a lot of times it's people have to see you multiple times. I don't know what the number is now.
I think it's gone up. It's like 15 times before they actually
buy so something. Like it's just gaining trust from people, and then you start to see the gains from that. Heidi, my daughter's a graphic design student, so we are definitely anti-AI in this household. Captions
Most
are
people
smart,
are,
but active captions are irritating in my opinion. Jim, it has potential. Jim's referring to that video we had go viral.
Oh, it has potential. Yes.
And Roy, man, I wish I could afford to hire you. Not you, David. Thanks for clarifying. Do you do consulting work?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I would say the reason I hired Liv is, sorry, that was a funny way to, the reason I hired Liv a year ago is I knew we had to go down the route of content, and we were a lot smaller then. We were not a huge company by any means, but it was, I knew we had to go down the route of content because that was the way of the future, and I knew that was the best way to get growth. But I'm like, well, I'd like to do this in-house at first, and then I hired her to like do a consult for I think 2 hours, and then she kind of showed me, like, she went in depth into, like, she went into TikTok and was like, showed me the analytics on video, and it's just talking about like, oh, this is how you know this one did well, or
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And,
And also like accounts of inspo,
Yeah.
like where to start or like.
and that was kind of when I realized I should not be doing this myself. Because one, the time is just for me with where we're at with the two businesses. I just don't have time to do all that myself, and she specializes in it. So it was definitely an investment for us back then. But I can't imagine like not doing that now, because it has grown our business so much. And I don't know exactly what the number I can attribute to it. I mean, I can see Facebook sales. I can see a lot of that. But I mean, we've had.
We went from what, like under 1,000 followers
Yeah.
on Facebook, or no?
We're
Did you have a little bit more?
We're probably about 1,000, give or take.
Okay, so
We're
we've
at 20,000 now.
times,
We just
yeah.
hit 20,000 yesterday.
And there's also a point too, like when you get to your growth, it'll take a few years of consistent posting. I mean, unless you're doing like, when I was at Right Rope, we did 3 reels a week, and that seemed to really work. I don't know why that number is just really good, but it just seems to be just enough of content to like really get you rolling. But it does take a couple of years of consistency. So I think that's why a lot of people are not able to do it, because it takes a lot of work and self-discipline. So I forget where I was going with that, but
we are getting a lot of questions, so I'm gonna probably go through these if they're questions. John, this is a good one. How different is LinkedIn for those looking for B2B clients?
I mean, I would be on LinkedIn if you're looking for B2B clients. Like that's where they're gonna be. So I mean, the content that I would post on there for some of my clients when I did do LinkedIn, I think I do LinkedIn as well.
We do for ours, but it's not as like big of a platform for us.
Sometimes if we did like a really goofy post, I wouldn't post on LinkedIn, but on Metricool, you just like unselect it. And so, but the more professional ones, I would definitely put on LinkedIn, because you can also do a hyperlink on the post as well. So that's really helpful.
Let's see. Brian said none of this was directed at you, but good thought. I knew that, Brian. I didn't take it that way. But I think you can like chase the virality of it. But I think a good way to look at it is growing your footprint online, because we live in an online era. We still do trade shows. We still do other things. I don't like, our business is not solely online, but it is, it's like, to me, it's the Blockbuster versus Netflix in a way. People like Blockbuster could have purchased Netflix at one point, but they kind of scoffed in their face and didn't. Well, guess who's out of business? Because the business, like the world has changed. People stream online. Well, a lot of people are online. Not saying there's not other ways to do it, but in my opinion, online is kind of the way of the future in social media. But like you were saying, within reason, you got to know what you can and can't do. Let's see. North Country Custom Rustic, what do you recommend to tailor videos to an older viewer? Things that engage viewers more if they are 35 plus. Honestly, I think our Facebook demographic is like 40 to 65 mostly.
I mean, I tailor those videos just like for fun.
Is it even different?
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, this is what I would do. I would get like, I don't know, 2 to 3 people that are 35-year-olds, like honestly, and send them a video that you have just edited, and ask them, are you bored in this? Were you confused at all of this content? Should anything be different? Like, get that advice from those people. People that are on social media that are 35 years old. Like, don't, give this video to somebody that doesn't even know what social media is. But I mean, I would definitely like, if you only want those people to watch that video, but truly I would just try to make the video do well across the board, and then just get those people in. But whatever niche you're a part of, if it's more a niche that's going to attract those 35 plus year olds, it's going to naturally do that. So, but you can't obviously control that. But I would definitely look at the analytics on YouTube and all those other platforms to kind of see what demographic you're attracting in each video, and be like, oh, this type of niche of this video, or this type of recipe of video attracts this type of viewer. So,
yeah. Roy asked, are there any programs like Opus that you recommend that break up larger videos into smaller videos? I think that's more that AI editor that Richard was talking about.
I'm sorry, I've not dipped my toes into AI.
Roy, you could ask Blake about that. I think Blake used Opus last year at one point to try that. I don't know if he's. Well, I haven't really seen. Yeah, I would ask Blake about that. I know he used it last year at one point, but we don't really use that here. So, Heidi, what
Strictly human.
strictly, favorite video you have made, Liv?
Oh my god.
This is a test. If you don't answer one of mine, actually, Liv is. I will say, Liv has done content for quite a few companies, and she's like gotten many companies to millions of views. So it's just been interesting to see, even in like the trucking industry, you have.
I don't know what you can check out. I'm not doing the content anymore, so like the last few videos aren't mine, but GRMI Logistics on Facebook, they would just get like millions of views. Just like I don't know. There's like sometimes there's a niche that nobody's posting in, and then Instagram and Facebook is like, we're sending this out for you. But I would say my favorite one is a client that I actually never had, but I did a video for them on behalf of another client called Lake Arvesta Farms. They don't have any social media that I've tried to get them, but anyway, it's like a video about what their amazing park looks like, and it's like this huge water park and huge like pickleball areas, and it was just a really fun video to make, to just showcase something that nobody knows about. So
Yeah.
That would be my favorite.
So the aerial view that you have on your YouTube?
Probably.
Yeah, Real Joy Media, REEL. Look that up. That's Liv's. Well, that's your website.
Blake said
Deer
Deer
Tracks
Tracks Adventure Park content.
Actually, go look that one up recently. She gets spit on by a llama.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if that's my favorite. It was definitely fun. The different niches I've been able to film has been really wonderful.
It is. I think it also shows that you kind of know what you're doing between platforms, or between like with content, because you're making a plywood and tape company do well in content. I mean, that's pretty boring.
Well, every niche can do well. You just have to figure out the recipe of the video that does well with your audience and expand from there. But
yeah, I think we're about to be caught up on questions here. Christopher asks. Christopher is local. He's in Hudsonville here. Do you have any guidance on capturing local sales with content more specific to Facebook?
Hey guys, I'm capturing local sales with content. Local sales with content.
So essentially, he's like, how do I capture my local demographic or like cater to my local demographic? So he's here in Hudsonville. So he's like, he sells hats. So he wants to, I'm guessing Chris wants to get in front of more people who like companies that'll buy hats or.
So I would honestly use, I know he doesn't like doing this, but Facebook groups.
I do like using Facebook groups, but in the laser industry, you have to be careful which groups you post to, because they're not always like, there are rules and stuff.
What is he selling?
Hats. B2B local. Okay. In fact, he made some of my hats.
I mean, honestly, have you tried Facebook Marketplace and like putting like the hats on the Facebook Marketplace? Because that can sometimes work really well. If people do respond to it, having a link that goes to different links, like a link tree, maybe to your Instagram, your Facebook, and then also hyperlinks to your website and maybe FAQs. I would definitely just try to take advantage of all the free things that you can, like Facebook groups, like posting content in the things that aren't going to make you get removed from the Facebook group. Make sure you know the rules are before you do that. But I've just like,
this would be fine.
Okay, trucking company that had like millions of views. I would post it on like trucking, humor, trucking fails, or like all these different like huge groups, and it would just get pushed out to all these people that were specifically in that niche. So if you're looking for local things, like I think Facebook is more your bet.
And you could like what I found too is you can sometimes segment into like certain groups. So if there's like a sports group locally, you could be like, hey, I made this for this sports thing or whatever. So it's like you're segmenting like into a little bit more of a super niche, but it doesn't even have to, like I've seen people in the past, like on more of a national group, they will make some cool engraved hockey, but I used to play hockey, so that's why I thought of this example, but they engrave on a hockey puck and they posted it in this hockey group, and then people ate it up because it was like served that niche specifically. It wasn't like here's a hat group, so I'm going to compete against every single hat person. It's like, this is probably not the best place to put, but if here's or wherever you're at, like, okay, here's my local, I guess we're in the same town, but I don't know, my local Hudsonville group, here's some hats I made for Hudsonville. I think I've seen you do that before, but think of like, how can I subgroup it to where it's not a massive group, but it's like very intentional people for that demographic of, you know, person. Here's a fishing group for this type of, I don't know.
I like just being creative with like
Yeah.
the free resources that you have on Facebook. But also there is ads, because ads is the only way that you're going to specifically be able to target people in your area. But I would use also keywords in your caption. If you have issues with that, just see if you write a caption, be like, hey, can you add some more SEO, you know, it's for rapid or with this niche, and that will help. So I would definitely recommend adding more SEO into your captions. What is your social media?
I just put it so, yeah.
And then not to sound dumb, what is the site? Can you type in metricool.com? I guess like free except for posting LinkedIn and Twitter, which if you don't really use those, it shouldn't be a big deal.
I feel like Twitter's more for like, if you're like into big business or like tech, things like that. Like I just don't feel like that for our type of people is
I
going
never
to
hear
be.
about people on Twitter. I don't know. I could be in that niche. I've never had success on it with any company that I've worked with. And I've worked with probably 20 different companies at this point.
Yeah.
But please check your internet connection.
I don't know why
that
that
it's still live.
But
again, metricool.com for the posting thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to check out these as well?
Yeah, we can go through some of these other questions real quick. People asked ahead of time. Say, how do you organize your content for future posting?
Oh yeah, ClickUp. ClickUp is the best. It's kind of like confusing at first.
Debatable.
I would use some YouTube videos to like learn, but it's free if you like don't use a certain amount. Like I've never had to pay for it this entire time that I've worked for myself. It allows you to have a calendar of all of your content, and you can have like different status. If it's an editing, if it's done, and if it's posted, whatnot. And it's like you can chat with different people if they're also in ClickUp in there. It's just been so helpful for me. Like I manage probably 7 different profiles on there, and I'm able to keep my head on straight because, and I know what's coming down the pipeline in 2-3 months if I wanted to. So highly recommend ClickUp.com.
Is it free? Is it paid?
It's free.
Okay.
And then you can do a paid version, but I would recommend just using the free because I'm cheap, but gotta keep overhead low.
No, I think you're smart. There's a difference. Like
Yeah.
you can still use good tools and not have to pay an arm and a leg. Let's see. How often do I need to post? And then we could talk about reels versus photos.
Yeah. I would post as much as you're able without burning yourself out or I don't know, not making it fun. Because like there's obviously some discipline to it and you want to try to get, you know, maybe 1 to 2 pieces of content out. If you're like the only person running your business, that might be a good thing to aim for is 1 to 2 posts a week. But if you're really wanting to grow, like the most growth I've seen is 3 reels a week, not even doing posting. Like static posts aren't going to do the best with analytics and views and whatnot. It just doesn't do as well as reels. So if you're able to do 3 reels a week, I would highly recommend doing that and study after posting for a few months, which ones are doing well. Ask people, what about this video do you think did well? Like, why did this perform very well? And learn from that and create a recipe that you can replicate. So yeah.
Yep. Let's say real quick, we have 7 minutes left. So if you have any more questions, please ask them now. I'm going to try and wrap it up at 1 o'clock, but we have a few more questions I think people had asked. But if you do have any questions and you're on the live right now, please ask them in the comments now so we can make sure to get to them. If you want to see some of Liv's stuff, realjoymedia.com is where you can go. I think you have social media accounts too
for my Real Joy Media Instagram, don't look at that. I make other people do well. I know it's hypocritical, but
well, I mean, you get paid by other people. It's not like
yeah, yeah. If I wanted to grow, I'd probably do more social media, but I'm happy with where I'm at. But you could look up like Liv J Spence is what I usually actually post on is my personal So it's been fun kind of using my personal Instagram as well to see like, oh, what types of content actually go viral. Like I had a few pieces of like my husband go, one had 18.5 million views and the other one has like 5 or 6 million. And it's just cool to like learn from those outside of even the business realm. And so I think that's been beneficial. But
Can I tell them what Donovan's?
oh, sure, yeah.
Donovan finds things, right?
Yeah, I do a account for my husband as well. It's called Donovan Finds Things. And this was basically because my original starting point at this company, they were gaining a lot of money from these reels, and I asked if I could get a commission from it, and they said no. So he said, go ahead and make your husband viral and make money from, that. And so I was like, okay. And so Donovan really loves to go metal detecting, and I'm usually just kind of going along with it. And now I get to have a little bit more fun while I'm with him. But is David a viral client? No. Sorry.
Joe, she's slacking. Joe's actually across the street.
Oh, hi, Joe. No, my most viral client, I think, it was Right Rope, but I did get Jeremiah, the trucking company, on TikTok to over 100,000 followers. And then we had quite a bit on Facebook too. I don't know how many we have on Facebook, but maybe it would be Right Rope. I think I had like a video went to 34 million on YouTube.
Yeah, why aren't we there yet? We're 3.4, I think, is our.
It really, honestly, so this is like, it's just so funny, but like with Rope, you're able to figure out the recipe that worked with this audience, which was they had a brake test machine, and with Rope, you do knots. So we were like, oh, we could test different knot strengths by tying a knot on each end of and then breaking it. And so each time we'd be like, all right, what's going to win, this knot or this knot? And he's like, let's find out. And so we go to the brake machine and we, it breaks it, but you don't find out what the actual winner is until the very end of the video. And that was truly how we were able to get these videos to go viral, because every single person was going, to the end of the video and view duration or even beyond and watching it again. So the numbers were insane. So if you can find a hook and a recipe that works where you answer that juicy hook at the very end of your video, you're guaranteed to, and the hook has to be good though. Like people have to want to know what it is. It can't be just like, what am I going to do today at work? It can't be something like nobody cares about. It has to be something that, and you can also go, back and forth with ChatGPT. You're like, hey, like, is this a good hook? How could make this hook better? Make this hook more juicy? That's what I do all the time. Like, it's just a very helpful resource, as well as going back and forth with, the person filming you, or a friend, like that can really help. Also, whenever I want to test out a hook, sometimes I will just walk into a group of people, or maybe they're at my house, just say the hook out loud. And if they turn their heads really quickly, I know that's going to be a good hook.
So next time you're at the grocery store.
Yes, yeah, that's so true.
Richard asked, any comment on why Facebook ads are a waste of money at times? It seems if you're one of the little guys, they just don't convert to clicks.
I wish I knew more about ads, honestly.
So, I would say from our perspective from ads, I think a lot is going to depend on your content of what the ads are, and then honestly your offer. There's a lot of psychology behind it too. If it's not really worth it to people, or sometimes there is a lot of lead nurturing ahead of time too. You can't expect people to, right off the bat want to buy from you because they don't know you or know your product. So there is a lot of times, the reason we post content is to get people seeing our stuff. And then when we do ads, we're hoping, they're already seeing our stuff, or if they see the ad and they're interested, they can click on our content and kind of learn more. But you're trying to gain their trust online. And there's a lot of psychology too of like what kind of offer you have. And, is it a no-brainer for them? Are you offering something that makes sense for them to convert on? So I would think about some of those other things, because
if you ran your own ads though, how would you feel about that versus like hiring out someone?
I do have Austin, running our ads for us, but there have been pieces of content that don't do well in ads, and but it
does help if somebody is running it that knows ads and what performs.
Yes, and targeting the right demographic, but I think a lot of it though too is your messaging and your offer, and is it something that someone would really like? Just because you're selling it doesn't mean, or the way you're selling it. Like you could just be like, here's I make ornaments. Here's an ornament, buy it. Like Why? Why should I buy it? Like, why?
Yeah.
What do I get from it? Or like, are
How
you?
does that make you feel?
Yeah, like
You know?
you gotta. There's more to an ad than just putting it out there, paying money. Facebook will take your money all day long. It's really up to us as the people posting it to make sure it works. Joe is David. Oh, wait. More bloopers of David, and feel free to come across the street and make us some videos. We'll see about the bloopers.
I'll work on it.
I don't know about that. Well, it is 2:00, guys. That went pretty fast. I appreciate you being here for this.
Absolutely.
It was really
It's my
good. I think
pleasure.
that was a lot of good content there. Content. But we are going to wrap this up now. So if you have any more questions, you can always ask them. She might do some consults. You just have to ask her. She is pretty busy she works with more businesses, but she does do paid consults sometimes when she's not
I feel like it.
when she's not too busy. But I appreciate everybody being here. And honestly, I think I learned a few things. So,
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
You just wanted a free
I just wanted a free consultation. So,
Thank you guys.
all right. Thank you very much.